I'd love to have more of a novice division or a sort of an entry level where you could come in and have a bit more fun, so it's not quite so serious.
Maybe it should be more mixed, like the older guys can surf with the younger guys and not so divided up.
What kept me involved was I just gravitated to wanting to be like certain individuals that I looked up to, and if we are able to retain more people from the 22 to 28 year bracket and they have opportunities if they want to pursue surf sports as a career, that enables them to be more involved in the surf club and compete for a longer amount of time. I think that then helps the nippers have someone to look up to in their surf club and stay involved.
The greatest saying in surf life saving, if you get jagged on, if someone catches a wave, you get hit, oh, that's surf. So many people join the surf club and everyone does the training, everyone does the same training. Whether you're skilled or not, you still turn up, you still race, you give everything, you bleed to the line, but if you don't have that, if it's flat like this, you turn up today and you go, it's flat,
100%.
I'm gone. First leg swim, gone. So I think that's where maybe a lot of the numbers have dropped as well.
From a very basic level at bronze training, start to talk about competition, start to open it up and make people aware that it isn't just about being an athlete and being out there winning everything. It's about coming and taking part and that everyone can do it.
Continuing those recruitment drives of trying to get those parents involved with the nippers, because the nippers are already committed, and the parents who bring their kids down to the beach, they're committed as well. They're here most of the time. I mean, sometimes we are a glorified babysitting system, but sometimes the parents themselves are committed. They want to be part of it as well, and they see us walking around. They would be part of the whole community as such.
Even if you did, say, a board carnival, a swim carnival, a nine carnival, whatever that may be, make it nice and fun, fast. Kids are happy, parents are happy.
Somehow we should be incorporating kayaking into surf life saving so that we encourage our kids without feeling threatened to go and learn the skills on flat water, so that when they're out in the ocean they have better skills.
If you're training on the beach, then you're naturally going to be keeping an eye out on patrolling and looking after the people on the beach. So if we're training on the boats, then that should be taken into consideration as patrol hours.
To have like a little introductory tutorial session for things like surf skis that people can have a go. So you just run like a little beginner's day or something like that, and people can come down and have a go, see if they like it enough to think about how they might rearrange their schedules to get more involved.
I think all clubs have a difficulty in putting together a group of elite athletes. I think we should be looking at finding it down for TV coverage and having club to club, head to head competitions for TV. I know from our point of view we've had some very fine athletes who have all moved north to compete. If they could compete in even an Origin series, would build the sport within our area.
We've got a lot of competition to do with elite senior. I don't like the word elite, but up there, if we can bring that down to the 17 age group and have like a series leading into that elite series and bring them through.
More TV coverage, more PR, involve other businesses in surf life saving. Don't just keep it as a Sunday hobby, make it part of a lifestyle.
Removing the emphasis on things like boating and surf skis, which a lot of people are just never going to get into crazy hard, and having more general sports and fitness. You got to stay fit. If you want to be a good patroller, you got to stay fit.
Make it less bureaucratic and definitely cut down on the patrol hours for competitors.
There's training when you do your bronze, you're spending a lot of weekends on the board.
Yeah.
I think that should continue after bronze, that there should be adult training.
If you get into the schools and that kind of thing, I think that would be like the AFL and the NRL, they get in there and do programs for that. Surf Life Saving, I think, would benefit from that.
We need to invest more, so I think Surf Life Saving Australia as an organisation has a responsibility. They have money on the balance sheet. They should be investing in the sport. They should work with Nutrigrain or other large brands to put money into it and build at the top end. They should have a clear investment program into broadening coaching capabilities. There's no doubt one of the reasons that we've had a good run at our club and we've built our competitive numbers is we've invested heavily in coaching, primarily volunteers, but with a clear coaching structure. Kids have got to know that every day they come to the beach, whether they're going to paddle a board, a ski or do Ironman, there's somebody there to take care of them. And Surf Life Saving Australia should be investing in that and helping the sort of middle-sized clubs and the smaller clubs to have good coaching skills that encourage people to come there.
I think there's a lot of governance in surf life saving, and we need more professional people to help club level people solve a lot more problems and also work in with clubs.
I definitely think we need to really look at our nippers and continually grow our base. I think if you look at other sports like rugby league and AFL, they've gone into the schools at a very young age and doing lots of camps and whatnot. I think we need to look at our top athletes and get them more on the books and more about paying them in order to go out and spread the word.
Well, I think surf's got to have someone in charge, and that person then can communicate with all the coaches. Like, you have too many people and, it spreads out way too wide. I think that we've got to keep, one person from Surf Life Saving and all the coaches in the same room and, really nut this out. And I think we've got to be open and honest. That's probably one of the biggest problems is that, people will say things, but then when push comes to shove, you don't want to get offside. And, where I think now, the way the sport is, I think we've all got to be open and honest, and we've got to be able to take constructive criticism. And that's both ways. That's coaches as well. We've got to be told, and we've got to understand they're not having to go at us personally. And I think when we do that, we can take some massive step forward.
Promote being able to just come down and have a go. I think that should be the slogan, have a go.
Visit www.sls.com.au/SS Review.
Or join the conversation using the hashtag #SSReview.